Hey guys, if you want to know how I prepared this yummy looking akara, stay tuned and continue watching. To prepare akara, you will be needing already peeled beans. I'll be leaving the link to how I peeled these beans in the description box below. Feel free to check it out. I made a video earlier and showed how to peel your beans using your blender. And this has been sitting pretty inside my freezer. Just brought it out overnight. And I will be using salt for the akara. And the next thing I will be using is habanero pepper. Feel free to add more or less of hot pepper. I will also be using some paprika, which I found inside my fridge. Is optional. And the last but not the least, your onion. Very important. So I will go on and transfer the beans inside my blender, but I'll be dividing it into two. It's not good to overpower your blender when blending something, especially when blending your beans. I'll be throwing in the habanero pepper, and for the diced onion, I'll be cutting it into two. I will blend half, and the remaining half I will be dicing it later. I will add some water to the beans, almost half of the content, but not up to half. The water is just to enable the blender to do a good work, and I will cover and start blending. At first, it will be difficult to blend. I will just blend and stop till it starts moving. I don't like shaking my blender while blending, so I just do blend and stop, or I use my spatula to mix it, which I will be showing you how to do that. Before you put anything inside your blender, make sure you off it, because sometimes you think you are careful and immediately you will put any object inside it, you just hear boy. So I've mixed it now with my spatula, and I've covered the blender and start blending again. If you look very well inside the blender, you see that it has started mixing very well. So I will blend this for 2 minutes to make sure that it is blended properly. My blender is 800 watts. So any blender from, I think from 500 watts can blend your beans, because I've used lesser kilowatts and it blended the beans very well. This is how the beans came out. You can see the smooth paste. And it is still a bit thick, which is okay. You don't need to add too much water, because too much water will make your akara watery, or the akara won't be fluffy after frying it. But once you get the right measurement of water, you will enjoy the akara. So I'll be repeating the same process with the remaining beans, and once I'm done, I will start whisking with my egg whisker. First, I will start heating up the vegetable oil which I will use to fry the akara, so that by the time it will get hot, I must have been done whisking the batter. The picture by the right hand side is the way it was looking before I whisk it. You can see the difference, that it is now lighter. So I will dice in the remaining onion. Then after that, I will dice in the paprika. If you don't have paprika, don't bother yourself. It's optional, okay? Now I will add in some salt to taste. Please, if you're watching up to this extent, remember to give this video a thumbs up. After mixing, I will test for salt. If the salt is not enough, you can add more. But when I tested, everything was perfect. So right now we start frying. How to know that your oil has heated up is when you look inside it, you will see something that looks like bubbles. Then it means that your oil has heated up, especially when you are deep frying. So we can now start adding the batter. And this is the moment of truth. Once you throw in the batter and it doesn't float, then you know that you did not whisk it very well. You see, mine floats on top of the oil, which means that I passed my exam. So you have to whisk it to become very light, as if you are mixing butter to prepare cake. So right now I'll just be throwing it inside till I put enough to my taste. Then I will start frying. Fry each side till it becomes golden brown. But right now, after 2 minutes, I discovered that there are some that gummed together. So I'm just separating it using my skewer. Then after that, I will flip it over so that the other side will cook evenly with the first side. Though I will still be flipping it back because it has not yet gotten brown the way I want it. So I love my akara, the outside to be very crunchy, but my husband doesn't like it that way, so I will not be frying it to be so dark. If you find this video interesting, or if you find this helpful, if you learn one or two things, remember to share it out so that other people will also learn from it, and give this video a thumbs up. After frying for more 5 minutes, I will flip it to the other side so that the other side will also brown like the first side. Now give it a little time, like 2 to 3 minutes, but make sure you keep your eye on it depending on how brown you want it to be. Then after that, you take it out from the oil. I'll be putting it on top of my wok rag for the oil to drain out. This will also enable the akara to retain its warmness till you are done frying. And I will also be repeating the same process till I'm done frying all the akara. And after that, this is what we got. Can you see how the inside is looking? Is this not calling your name? The outside is crunchy while the inside is fluffy. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share out the video, give this video a thumbs up, and leave your comments below. Bye, and see you in my next one.